this one actually has to do with a thought and a story I had, and a theory on criminals. I'm not saying they're not bad. I'm not saying they're not evil and wicked at all, but I just think about, like, the aspects of Joker and the whole aspects of a real criminal that understands. And I mean, you know how you have a stereotypic view on, but you have an outlook, a certain stereotypic view of what how a sociopath is supposed to look like, and a psychopath is supposed to how he's supposed to think. But what if you actually had somebody that could sympathize, understand, and grasp what they're doing? Know that most people would find it wrong, but doesn't give a fuck. Understands what this will do to the family, doesn't care. Or or you know, sorry, my little ones. But like somebody that can actually go to a crime, doesn't really have a number to be, bargained with. You can't buy him off. His view on values and payment and debt is kind of weighed and scaled out and balanced out differently. Something that he would consider, payment is more like secrets, favors, deeds, sacrifices. Can't be talked down, can't be compromised with, understands, the ins and outs of the law system, can read a cop like, a book, understands their playbook, understands the way they think, able to socialize with people just like a normal person. Mostly how the sociopaths get talked about, how like, oh, you mean, Sam Mayer, I mean, down the street, that 95-year-old, he's great, but for the last 40 years, he's been killing people and stuffing them in his basement or not. Looks like grandpa and all that, but, never knew he was wearing, women's skin, at nighttime. But, a real sociopath that you just doesn't show the typical signs that we've come to understand, as sociopaths. You have to have a disconnection of consciousness and reality in aspects. Don't really have a understanding of consequences and what you did wrong, or kind of an excuse with pyromaniacs, where they get hypnotized with the flame and sexually, enticed by the heat of it. It's out of their control. They just have to burn something, or it's like guys with sticky fingers that just steals a steal. Doesn't really steal anything useful or expensive or anything, but just steals a steal. Someone has the aspects of somebody that just loses somebody in their life, and or loses so much where they get disconnected. But yeah, I mean, like, just the idea of a criminal is not like what we know. I mean, can the idea of profiling of a certain characteristic of a person that we see change so much? I mean, can how diseases and viruses can multiply or mutate? Mutate is more the correct word, or evolve. Can sociopath evolve to be an apex predator? I mean, right now he's a predator. I mean, sociopath. I mean, they're very good at blending in. But can it go become an apex predators where they are really, like, you have no idea that you have no idea that they contemplate if you're worth talking to, or if you're worth talking to anybody, or if your life is worth anything. Have a major God complex, but not like an unrealistic, like, God complex, to a point where you could actually kind of understand why they think that you deserve to die. You're like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm kind of a dick there, and yeah, okay, I mean, I can't blame you for wanting to kill me. You know, like you really can't fault them, like you can't really fault them for how they look at you. Um, but yeah, I don't know, just a random thought in my head about the. Cause I've always wanted to do criminal minds and study the mind of a sociopath and psychopath and master manipulator, narcissistic, cult leader. Kind of want to like study their kind of mindsets. But pretty much anything that just is of the darkness, I want to study and learn about. I mean, it's a great way to fucking, ride the edge of darkness just close enough that you can learn about it, but you don't get swallowed up by it. Just saying.